What if the ancient world held secrets so advanced, so mysterious, that they defy everything we think we know about history? Hidden within the crumbling walls of ancient ruins lie puzzles that have baffled scientists, historians, and explorers for centuries. From devices that seem centuries ahead of their time to structures built with precision that modern engineering struggles to replicate, these mysteries challenge our understanding of the past. Today, we're diving into 25 unexplained phenomena found in ancient ruins, each one a tantalizing glimpse into a world that might have been far more advanced than we ever imagined. Are you ready to uncover the secrets that history has tried to hide? Let's explore the unknown together. Now, stepping into the realm of ancient ingenuity, we encounter the Antikythera Mechanism, a device so advanced that it has been dubbed the world's first analog computer. Discovered in a shipwreck off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera in the early 20th century, this intricate bronze artifact dates back over 2,000 years. At first glance, it appears to be a corroded lump of metal, but upon closer inspection, it reveals a complex system of gears, dials, and inscriptions. The Antikythera Mechanism was designed to predict astronomical events with astonishing precision. It could track the movements of the sun, moon, and planets, predict lunar and solar eclipses, and even calculate the dates of ancient athletic games like the Olympics. The level of sophistication in its design is mind-boggling, especially considering it was created centuries before similar technology reappeared in the medieval world. What makes this device even more mysterious is the question of how such advanced knowledge existed in ancient Greece. Who were the masterminds behind this technology, and why have no other devices like it ever been found? Some speculate that it was the work of a brilliant but forgotten inventor, while others suggest it might have been part of a larger tradition of advanced engineering that was lost to time. The Antikythera Mechanism remains a testament to the ingenuity of the ancient world, challenging our assumptions about the limits of their knowledge and leaving us to wonder what other secrets might still be buried beneath the sands of history. As we marvel at this ancient marvel, it's impossible not to ask, what else might the ancients have known that we are only just beginning to uncover? Now shifting our gaze to the vast deserts of Peru, we encounter one of the most enigmatic creations of the ancient world, the Nazca Lines. Stretching across hundreds of square miles, these massive geoglyphs are etched into the arid landscape, forming intricate designs that include animals, plants, and geometric shapes. What makes these lines truly astonishing is that they can only be fully appreciated from the air, raising the question of how and why they were created by a civilization that, as far as we know, had no means of flight. The Nazca Lines were crafted by the Nazca people who thrived in southern Peru between 200 BC and 600 AD. Using simple tools and careful planning, they removed the dark, iron-rich surface stones to reveal the lighter-colored soil beneath, creating striking contrasts that have endured for centuries. The precision and scale of these designs are nothing short of remarkable. Some of the figures, like the hummingbird, spider, and monkey, span hundreds of feet, while the straight lines stretch for miles across the desert floor. But what was their purpose? Theories abound, ranging from the practical to the extraordinary. Some researchers suggest the lines served as an astronomical calendar, aligning with celestial events to mark seasons or significant dates. Others propose they were part of religious or ceremonial practices, perhaps pathways for rituals or offerings to the gods. Then there are the more speculative ideas, including the possibility that the lines were intended as messages or signals to extraterrestrial beings, a theory fueled by their visibility from above. Perhaps the most baffling aspect of the Nazca Lines is how the Nazca people achieved such precision without the ability to view their work from the air. Some believe they used simple surveying techniques such as ropes and stakes to map out the designs on the ground. Others argue that the Nazca might have constructed rudimentary hot air balloons or kites to oversee their work, though no evidence of such technology has been found. The mystery of their creation continues to captivate researchers and visitors alike, leaving us to wonder how a civilization without modern tools or aerial perspective could produce such a breathtaking feat of artistry and engineering. As we ponder the purpose and methods behind the Nazca Lines, one thing is certain: they stand as a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of the ancient world, challenging our understanding of what was possible thousands of years ago. And with that, we move forward to uncover yet another ancient mystery that defies explanation. Now, as we journey from the vast deserts of Peru to the sands of Egypt, we uncover another marvel that continues to baffle historians and archaeologists alike: the Great Pyramid of Giza and its hidden chambers. This ancient wonder, built over 4,500 years ago, has long been a symbol of human ingenuity. Yet, even after centuries of study, it still holds secrets waiting to be revealed. Recent advancements in scanning technology have allowed researchers to peer deeper into the pyramid's structure than ever before. Using techniques like muon radiography and thermal imaging, scientists have detected previously unknown voids and chambers hidden within its massive stone blocks. These discoveries have reignited debates about the pyramid's true purpose and the sophistication of ancient Egyptian engineering. One of the most intriguing theories suggests these hidden chambers could be undiscovered burial sites, perhaps holding the remains of pharaohs or high-ranking officials. The Great Pyramid was originally built as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu, but no definitive evidence of his burial has ever been found within its known chambers. Could these newly discovered spaces hold the key to solving this ancient mystery? Others speculate that the chambers might contain treasures or artifacts, carefully concealed to protect them from tomb raiders. Ancient Egyptians were known for their elaborate burial practices, often filling tombs with riches to accompany the deceased into the afterlife. If such treasures exist within the pyramid, they could provide invaluable insights into the culture and beliefs of this ancient civilization. Then there's the possibility that these chambers were not meant for burial at all. Some researchers propose they could have served a more practical purpose, such as relieving structural stress or housing construction materials. The precision with which the pyramid was built suggests a deep understanding of engineering principles, and these hidden spaces might have been integral to its stability. The debate over the purpose of these chambers is far from settled. While some argue they are simply architectural features, others believe they could hold groundbreaking discoveries that challenge our understanding of ancient Egyptian technology. What makes this mystery even more compelling is the question of how the builders managed to create such precise and hidden spaces without the tools and knowledge we have today. As we continue to explore the Great Pyramid's secrets, one thing is clear: this ancient structure is far more than just a tomb. It is a testament to the brilliance and ambition of a civilization that continues to inspire awe and curiosity. And with that, we turn our attention to yet another ancient enigma that defies explanation. Now, as we shift our focus from the towering stones of Egypt to the pages of an ancient book, we encounter a mystery that has puzzled scholars for centuries: the Voynich Manuscript. This enigmatic document, filled with undecipherable text and strange illustrations, has earned its place as one of history's most baffling puzzles. Discovered in the early 20th century by a Polish book dealer named Wilfred Voynich, the manuscript has since become a magnet for cryptographers, historians, and curious minds alike. The Voynich Manuscript is written in an unknown script with characters that resemble no known language. Its pages are adorned with bizarre illustrations of plants, celestial diagrams, and human-like figures engaged in mysterious activities. Some of the plants depicted do not match any known species, while the astronomical charts seem to reference celestial events that defy modern understanding. The combination of these elements has led to countless theories about its origins and purpose. One of the most debated aspects of the manuscript is its language. Some researchers believe it could be a constructed language created specifically for this text. Others suggest it might be a cipher, encoding a known language in a way that has yet to be cracked. Over the years, experts have proposed everything from medieval Latin to ancient Hebrew as possible sources, but no definitive translation has ever been achieved. Even the most advanced computer algorithms and linguistic analyzers have failed to unlock its secrets. The manuscript's origins are equally shrouded in mystery. Carbon dating places its creation somewhere between the early 15th and early 16th centuries, but its author and place of origin remain unknown. Some speculate it was the work of a medieval alchemist or a secretive religious order, while others have even suggested it could be an elaborate hoax. Yet, the complexity and consistency of the text and illustrations make the hoax theory difficult to accept. Despite the countless attempts to decode it, the Voynich Manuscript continues to resist interpretation. Its pages hold a tantalizing promise of knowledge, yet the meaning behind its words and images remains just out of reach. This enduring mystery has captivated the imaginations of countless individuals, from professional cryptographers to amateur sleuths, all hoping to be the one to finally crack its code. What makes the Voynich Manuscript so fascinating is not just its undecipherable text, but the questions it raises about human creativity and the limits of our understanding. Why was it created? Who was it meant for? And what secrets might it hold if we could only understand its language? As we ponder these questions, we are reminded that even in our modern age, there are still mysteries that defy explanation. And with that, we turn our attention to another ancient enigma that challenges our understanding of the past. Now, as we journey from the cryptic pages of the Voynich Manuscript to the lush landscapes of Central America, we encounter another ancient mystery that continues to baffle researchers: the stone spheres of Costa Rica. Scattered across the Diquis Delta, these perfectly round stone spheres, some weighing several tons, are a testament to the ingenuity and skill of the ancient people who created them. But their purpose remains as enigmatic as their flawless craftsmanship. The spheres, ranging in size from a few centimeters to over 2 meters in diameter, are made from a type of igneous rock called gabbro. What makes them so remarkable is their near-perfect roundness, a feat that would challenge even modern technology. The precision with which these stones were carved suggests a level of knowledge and skill that defies our understanding of the societies that existed in this region over 1,000 years ago. How did they achieve such accuracy without the tools we have today? And why did they invest so much effort into creating these massive spheres? Theories about their purpose are as varied as they are intriguing. Some researchers believe the spheres were used as astronomical tools, aligning with celestial events to mark important dates or seasons. Others suggest they served as symbols of power or status, perhaps marking the territories of powerful leaders or acting as sacred objects in religious ceremonies. There are even theories that they were arranged in specific patterns to represent constellations or other cosmic phenomena. Yet, despite these ideas, no definitive explanation has been found. Adding to the mystery is the question of how these massive stones were transported. The spheres were often found miles away from the quarries where the raw material was sourced. Without the use of wheels or large animals, how did the ancient people move these heavy objects across rugged terrain? Some speculate they used log rollers or ramps, but the sheer scale of the effort required remains astonishing. The precision in their placement, often in groups or alignments, further deepens the puzzle. The stone spheres of Costa Rica are more than just archaeological curiosities. They are a window into a world we are still striving to understand. They remind us that ancient civilizations possessed knowledge and capabilities that we are only beginning to uncover. As we marvel at their perfection, we are left with more questions than answers. Who were the people who created them? What drove them to invest so much time and effort into these enigmatic objects? And what secrets might they still hold? With these questions lingering in our minds, we turn our attention to another ancient marvel that challenges our understanding of the past. a discovery that hints at the possibility of advanced technology long before its time. Now, shifting our focus to the sands of ancient Mesopotamia, we uncover a discovery that has sparked debates and ignited imaginations: the Baghdad Battery. Found in the ruins of a 2,000-year-old settlement near modern-day Baghdad, these peculiar clay jars have puzzled archaeologists and historians for decades. Each jar consists of a terracotta pot, a copper cylinder, and an iron rod, all carefully assembled in a way that eerily resembles a primitive battery. But what were these objects truly used for, and could they represent an early form of technology far ahead of their time? The design of the Baghdad Battery is deceptively simple yet remarkably sophisticated. The copper cylinder, sealed inside the jar with an asphalt stopper, surrounds the iron rod, creating a setup that could theoretically generate an electric current when filled with an acidic or alkaline substance, such as vinegar or lemon juice. Experiments have shown that these jars could produce a small but measurable amount of electricity, leading some to believe they were used for electroplating, a process of coating one metal with another using an electric charge. This theory suggests that ancient artisans might have used these batteries to gild jewelry or other objects, adding a layer of gold or silver to enhance their beauty and value. However, not everyone is convinced. Skeptics argue that there is no direct evidence linking these jars to electroplating or any other electrical use. Some propose alternative explanations, such as their use in medical treatments. Ancient texts mention the use of electric fish to treat pain, and it's possible that these jars were employed in a similar manner, delivering mild shocks for therapeutic purposes. Others suggest they might have been used for religious or ceremonial purposes, perhaps as part of rituals involving light or sound. The lack of definitive proof leaves the true purpose of the Baghdad Battery shrouded in mystery. Adding to the controversy is the question of whether these jars were even intended to function as batteries. Some researchers argue that the components might have been used for entirely different purposes, such as storing scrolls or holding sacred oil. The absence of wires or other electrical components further complicates the picture. If these were indeed batteries, why haven't more examples been found? And why is there no mention of such technology in the historical records of the time? The Baghdad Battery stands as a tantalizing glimpse into the ingenuity of ancient civilizations. Whether they were used for electroplating, medical treatments, or something entirely different, these artifacts challenge our assumptions about the technological capabilities of the past. They remind us that history is full of surprises, and that the line between myth and reality is often thinner than we think. As we ponder the possibilities, we are left to wonder what other secrets might lie buried beneath the sands of time. With this mystery still unresolved, we now turn our attention to another ancient marvel, one that takes us deep beneath the Earth's surface to explore the enigmatic Longyou Caves. Now, venturing into the heart of China, we uncover one of the most astonishing and enigmatic feats of ancient engineering: the Longyou Caves. Hidden beneath the Earth's surface in Zhejiang province, these massive hand-carved caverns stretch across an area of over 30,000 square meters, with some chambers reaching heights of nearly 100 feet. Discovered in 1992 by a local farmer draining a pond, the caves have since captivated archaeologists, historians, and engineers alike. What makes these caves so extraordinary is not just their sheer size, but the precision and artistry with which they were created. Every surface is adorned with intricate, parallel chisel marks, forming patterns so uniform that they suggest a level of craftsmanship far beyond what we typically associate with ancient civilizations. The mystery deepens when we consider the complete absence of any historical records mentioning the caves. Despite their grandeur, there is no written account, no oral tradition, and no archaeological evidence that explains who built them, why they were constructed, or even when they were created. This silence is baffling, especially given the scale and complexity of the project. The caves are not just random holes in the ground, they are meticulously designed spaces with pillars, staircases, and even drainage systems that hint at a sophisticated understanding of engineering and architecture. How could such a monumental undertaking leave no trace in the historical record? And what purpose could these caves have served that was so important yet so secretive? One of the most compelling theories suggests that the Longyou Caves were part of a larger, undiscovered complex, possibly used for storage, defense, or even as a hidden refuge. The precision of the carvings and the uniformity of the designs imply a high level of planning and organization, pointing to a society with advanced knowledge and resources. Yet, the lack of tools, artifacts, or any remnants of the builders adds another layer of intrigue. How did they achieve such precision without the technology we associate with large-scale construction? And why did they go to such lengths to create something so elaborate, only to leave it hidden beneath the earth? The engineering marvel of the Longyou Caves is undeniable. The sheer volume of rock removed, estimated at nearly 1 million cubic meters, would have required an immense workforce and an extraordinary level of coordination. The caves are not only a testament to human ingenuity, but also a reminder of how much we still have to learn about our past. They challenge our assumptions about the capabilities of ancient civilizations and invite us to reconsider what we think we know about history. As we stand in awe of these subterranean wonders, we are left with more questions than answers. Who were the masterminds behind this incredible project? What drove them to create something so vast and intricate, and why has their story been lost to time? The Longyou Caves remain a profound mystery, a silent testament to the ingenuity and ambition of a civilization we have yet to fully understand. With this enigma still echoing in our minds, we now turn our gaze to another ancient marvel, the Piri Reis Map, a cartographic puzzle that defies the boundaries of time and knowledge. Now shifting our focus to the realm of ancient cartography, we encounter one of history's most baffling artifacts, the Piri Reis Map. Created in 1513 by the Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri Reis, this map has sparked endless debate and fascination due to its astonishing accuracy. What makes it so remarkable is its depiction of parts of the world, including the coastline of Antarctica, centuries before the continent was officially discovered. How could a mapmaker in the early 16th century possess such precise geographical knowledge? This question has led to a whirlwind of theories, ranging from the plausible to the extraordinary. The map, drawn on gazelle skin, shows not only the known regions of Europe, Africa, and the Americas, but also includes details that seem to align with the contours of Antarctica, specifically its ice-free coastline. This is particularly puzzling because Antarctica was not officially discovered until 1820, and its coastline has been buried under ice for millions of years. Some researchers argue that the map's accuracy suggests the existence of advanced ancient civilizations with knowledge of global geography far beyond what we've previously imagined. Could this map be evidence of a lost civilization that once explored or even mapped the world long before recorded history? Another theory proposes that Piri Reis relied on older, now lost source maps, possibly from ancient libraries like the Library of Alexandria or from seafaring cultures such as the Phoenicians or Minoans. In his notes, Piri Reis himself claimed to have used 20 older maps, including some dating back to the time of Alexander the Great. If true, this would mean that the knowledge of Antarctica and other distant lands was preserved and passed down through generations, only to be rediscovered centuries later. But why were these source maps lost, and what happened to the civilizations that created them? Skeptics, however, argue that the map's so-called accuracy is coincidental or misinterpreted. They suggest that the features resembling Antarctica might simply be artistic flourishes or errors in translation from older maps. Yet, even if this is the case, the map's level of detail for its time remains extraordinary. It includes accurate depictions of the Amazon River and the Andes Mountains, regions that were barely explored by Europeans in the early 16th century. This raises another question: how did Piri Reis or his sources gather such precise information about these remote areas? The Piri Reis Map continues to be a source of intrigue and speculation, challenging our understanding of history and the capabilities of ancient civilizations. Whether it's evidence of lost knowledge, advanced ancient explorers, or simply a remarkable feat of cartography, the map invites us to reconsider what we think we know about the past. As we ponder its mysteries, we're reminded that history is often far more complex and surprising than we imagine. With this cartographic enigma still lingering in our thoughts, we now turn to another marvel of ancient engineering: the Sacsayhuaman walls, where precision and mystery collide in the heart of Peru. Now turning to the towering stone walls of Sacsayhuaman, we find ourselves standing before one of the most impressive feats of ancient engineering. Located high above the city of Cusco in Peru, these massive walls are a testament to the ingenuity and skill of the Inca, or perhaps even an earlier civilization. What makes these walls so extraordinary is their construction. Enormous stones, some weighing over 100 tons, perfectly cut and fitted together without the use of mortar. The precision is so exact that not even a sheet of paper can slide between the stones. How did ancient builders achieve such perfection without modern tools or technology? This question has puzzled archaeologists and engineers for centuries. The walls of Sacsayhuaman are not just a marvel of precision, they are also a mystery of endurance. Despite being located in a region prone to earthquakes, the walls have remained standing for hundreds of years, surviving tremors that have toppled modern structures. The secret lies in their unique design. The stones are not uniform blocks but irregular shapes, carefully interlocked like a giant three-dimensional puzzle. This design allows the walls to flex and shift during seismic activity, absorbing the energy of earthquakes rather than cracking under pressure. It's a level of engineering sophistication that seems almost impossible for its time. But who built these walls and how? While the Inca are often credited with their construction, some researchers believe the walls may predate the Inca Empire. The sheer scale and precision of the work suggest the involvement of a highly advanced civilization, possibly one that existed long before the Inca rose to power. Theories abound, from the use of lost ancient technologies to the idea that the builders possessed knowledge of seismic engineering far beyond what we've attributed to ancient cultures. Could these walls be evidence of a forgotten civilization with skills we've yet to fully understand? Another intriguing aspect of Sacsayhuaman is its purpose. While it's often described as a fortress, some scholars argue that it may have served a ceremonial or religious function. The site's layout, with its zigzagging walls and commanding view of Cusco, suggests it held great significance for the people who built it. Yet, without written records from the builders themselves, we can only speculate about its true role in ancient society. What we do know is that Sacsayhuaman stands as a powerful reminder of the capabilities of ancient civilizations, challenging our assumptions about their knowledge and technology. As we marvel at the precision and resilience of the Sacsayhuaman walls, we're left with more questions than answers. How did ancient builders cut and transport such massive stones with such accuracy? What tools and techniques did they use, and why have these walls endured for centuries, outlasting even the forces of nature? These mysteries invite us to look deeper into the past, reminding us that history is filled with wonders we have yet to fully comprehend. With the enigma of Sacsayhuaman still fresh in our minds, we now turn to another ancient marvel: the Göbekli Tepe Temple, where the dawn of civilization holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. Now shifting our gaze to the windswept plains of southeastern Turkey, we encounter Göbekli Tepe, a site that has rewritten the history of human civilization. Dating back over 11,000 years, this ancient temple predates Stonehenge by thousands of years and even the invention of agriculture. What makes Göbekli Tepe so extraordinary is not just its age but its complexity. The site is adorned with massive stone pillars, some standing over 16 feet tall, intricately carved with depictions of animals, abstract symbols, and human-like figures. These carvings are not mere decorations, they are a window into the minds of the people who created them, offering tantalizing clues about their beliefs and way of life. The mystery of Göbekli Tepe lies in its builders. At a time when humans were thought to be simple hunter-gatherers, living in small, nomadic groups, how did they conceive and construct such a monumental site? The sheer scale and sophistication of the temple suggest a level of organization and cooperation that challenges our understanding of prehistoric societies. Archaeologists have long believed that the development of agriculture and settled communities led to the rise of complex societies and monumental architecture. Göbekli Tepe turns this idea on its head, suggesting that the drive to build and create may have been a catalyst for civilization itself. One of the most intriguing aspects of Göbekli Tepe is its purpose. While it is often described as a temple or ceremonial site, its exact function remains a mystery. The carvings of animals such as foxes, snakes, and birds may have held symbolic or spiritual significance, possibly representing deities or totems. The arrangement of the pillars, often in circular formations, suggests that the site was used for rituals or gatherings, perhaps bringing together people from across the region. Yet, without written records, we can only speculate about the beliefs and practices of the people who built it. Another puzzle is why Göbekli Tepe was deliberately buried around 8,000 years ago. The site was carefully filled in with soil and debris, preserving it for millennia until its rediscovery in the 1990s. Some researchers believe this act of burial was a form of ritual closure, marking the end of an era. Others suggest it was a way to protect the site from natural or human threats. Whatever the reason, this deliberate act adds another layer of mystery to an already enigmatic site. Göbekli Tepe challenges our assumptions about the timeline of human progress. It suggests that the roots of civilization may run deeper than we once thought, and that the human impulse to create, connect, and worship may have been present long before the advent of farming or cities. As we stand before these ancient pillars, we are reminded that history is not a straight line but a complex web of discoveries, innovations, and mysteries waiting to be unraveled. With the secrets of Göbekli Tepe still echoing in our minds, we now turn to the colossal stone heads of the Olmec civilization, where another chapter of ancient ingenuity awaits. Now, as we journey across the vast Pacific Ocean, we arrive at the remote and enigmatic Easter Island, home to the towering Moai statues. These massive stone figures, some standing over 30 feet tall and weighing up to 80 tons, have captivated the imagination of explorers, archaeologists, and travelers for centuries. Carved from volcanic rock by the Rapa Nui people, the Moai are more than just statues. They are a testament to the ingenuity and determination of an ancient civilization. Yet their creation and purpose remain shrouded in mystery, sparking endless debates and theories. One of the most baffling aspects of the Moai is how they were transported across the island. The statues were carved at a quarry called Rono Raraku, where hundreds of partially completed Moai still lie, as if frozen in time. From there, they were moved to various locations around the island, some as far as 11 miles away. How did the Rapa Nui people, without the use of wheels or large animals, manage to transport these colossal stones? Some researchers suggest they were rolled on logs, while others propose they were walked upright by teams of people using ropes. Each theory offers a glimpse into the resourcefulness of the Rapa Nui, but the true method remains a puzzle. The purpose of the Moai is another enduring mystery. Many believe they served as religious or spiritual symbols, representing ancestors or deities who watched over the island. The statues often face inland, as if guarding the communities that built them. Others speculate that the moai were markers of important resources, such as freshwater springs or fertile land, helping to define territorial boundaries. The presence of platforms called ahu at the base of many statues adds another layer of intrigue, as these structures may have been used for ceremonies or rituals. The construction of the moai also raises questions about the Rapa Nui society. Creating and transporting these statues would have required immense labor, organization, and resources. Some scholars argue that the effort may have contributed to the island's ecological decline, as forests were cleared for logs and other materials. This has led to debates about whether the moai were a symbol of the Rapa Nui's cultural achievements or a factor in their eventual downfall. Today, the moai stand as silent sentinels, their expressions stoic and their secrets locked in stone. They remind us of the creativity and resilience of the Rapa Nui people, as well as the mysteries that still surround their civilization. As we ponder the meaning of these ancient giants, we are drawn to the next chapter of our journey, where the colossal stone blocks of Baalbek await, challenging our understanding of ancient engineering once more. Now, as we leave the silent guardians of Easter Island behind, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Baalbek in Lebanon, where the colossal stone blocks of its temple complex defy explanation. Known as the Baalbek megaliths, these massive stones are some of the largest ever used in construction, with some weighing over 1,000 tons. To put that into perspective, that's heavier than 3 fully loaded Boeing 747 airplanes. The sheer size and precision of these stones have left archaeologists and engineers scratching their heads for centuries. The most famous of these stones is the trilithon, a set of 3 blocks that form part of the temple's foundation. Each of these stones measures over 60 feet in length and is fitted together with such precision that not even a razor blade can slide between them. The question that baffles experts is how the ancient builders managed to quarry, transport, and place these enormous stones with such accuracy. The quarry where the stones were cut is located nearly half a mile away from the temple site, and the path to the temple is anything but flat. How did they move these massive blocks without modern machinery or even the wheel? Some theories suggest the use of ramps, rollers, and an army of laborers, but even these methods seem inadequate when faced with the sheer scale of the task. Others propose that the builders had access to advanced technology or techniques that have since been lost to history. The precision of the stone cutting and placement also raises questions about the tools and knowledge available to the ancient people of Baalbek. Were they simply master engineers, or did they possess secrets that we have yet to uncover? The purpose of the Baalbek temple complex adds another layer of mystery. Originally dedicated to the Roman god Jupiter, the site is believed to have been built on an even older foundation, possibly dating back to the Phoenician era. Some researchers speculate that the massive stones were intended to convey the power and grandeur of the gods worshipped there, while others suggest they may have served a more practical purpose, such as stabilizing the structure against earthquakes. As we stand in awe of these ancient marvels, we are reminded of the ingenuity and determination of the people who built them. The Baalbek megaliths challenge our understanding of ancient engineering and leave us with more questions than answers. What drove these builders to undertake such a monumental task, and what secrets might still lie hidden within the stones of Baalbek? As we ponder these mysteries, our journey continues, leading us to the next enigma, the Dead Sea Scrolls, where ancient texts hold clues to a world long forgotten. Now, as we step away from the towering stones of Baalbek, our journey takes us to the arid landscapes near the Dead Sea, where one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of the 20th century was made, the Dead Sea Scrolls. Hidden for over 2,000 years in the Qumran Caves, these ancient manuscripts were first uncovered in the late 1940s by a Bedouin shepherd searching for a lost goat. What he stumbled upon would change our understanding of early religious history forever. The Dead Sea Scrolls consist of thousands of fragments from over 900 manuscripts, including some of the oldest known copies of the Hebrew Bible. These texts provide an extraordinary glimpse into the religious and cultural life of the Jewish people during the Second Temple period, roughly between the 3rd century BCE and the 1st century CE. Among the scrolls are biblical texts, commentaries, hymns, and community rules, offering invaluable insights into the beliefs and practices of the time. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Dead Sea Scrolls is the mystery surrounding their authors. Many scholars believe they were written by a Jewish sect known as the Essenes, who lived in the nearby settlement of Qumran. The Essenes were known for their strict religious practices and communal lifestyle, and some of the scrolls reflect their unique interpretations of Scripture. However, not all researchers agree, and debates continue about whether other groups or individuals might have contributed to the collection. Another enduring mystery is why the scrolls were hidden in the caves. Some theories suggest they were placed there for safekeeping during a time of political unrest, possibly during the Roman siege of Jerusalem in the 1st century CE. Others propose that the caves served as a library or repository for sacred texts, carefully preserved by a community deeply devoted to their faith. The dry climate of the region played a crucial role in preserving the scrolls, allowing them to survive for millennia until their rediscovery. The significance of the Dead Sea Scrolls cannot be overstated. They have provided scholars with a wealth of information about the development of the Hebrew Bible and the diversity of religious thought in ancient Judaism. They also offer a fascinating window into the world of early Christianity, as some of the ideas and practices reflected in the scrolls bear striking similarities to those found in the New Testament. As we reflect on the Dead Sea Scrolls, we are reminded of the enduring power of written words to connect us with the past. These ancient manuscripts challenge us to reconsider what we know about history, religion, and the human desire to preserve knowledge for future generations. Who were the people who wrote and hid these texts? What drove them to protect their sacred writings with such care? And what other secrets might still lie hidden in the caves of Qumran? As we ponder these questions, our journey continues, leading us to the next enigma, the Karnak stones, where thousands of standing stones stand in silent testimony to a forgotten past. Now, as we leave the ancient caves of Qumran behind, our journey takes us to the windswept coast of Brittany in northwestern France, where one of the most enigmatic archaeological sites in the world awaits, the Karnak stones. Stretching across the landscape are thousands of standing stones arranged in long, precise rows that seem to defy explanation. These megalithic monuments, some towering over 4 meters high, have stood for thousands of years, silently guarding the secrets of their creators. The Karnak stones are divided into 3 main groups, Mainek, Kermario, and Kaleskan, each consisting of multiple rows of stones that stretch for hundreds of meters. The sheer scale of the site is staggering, with over 3,000 stones still standing today. But what makes these stones truly fascinating is the mystery of their purpose. Why were they placed here, and what message were their builders trying to convey? One of the most popular theories suggests that the Karnak stones served as an astronomical calendar or observatory. The alignment of the stones appears to correspond with the movements of the sun and moon, leading some researchers to believe they were used to track celestial events. This theory is supported by the fact that many ancient cultures, from the Egyptians to the Maya, built structures aligned with the stars. Could the Karnak stones be evidence of a sophisticated understanding of astronomy in prehistoric Europe? Another compelling theory links the stones to religious or spiritual practices. Some archaeologists believe the rows of stones may have been used for ceremonial processions or rituals, perhaps as a way to honor the dead or communicate with the divine. The presence of burial mounds and dolmens nearby adds weight to this idea, suggesting that the site held deep spiritual significance for the people who built it. Yet, despite these theories, the true purpose of the Karnak stones remains a mystery. How did the ancient people of Brittany, living over 5,000 years ago, manage to quarry, transport, and erect these massive stones with such precision? Without the use of modern tools or technology, the construction of the site would have required immense effort and coordination, raising questions about the social organization and capabilities of its builders. The cultural significance of the Karnak stones cannot be overstated. They are a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of our ancestors, offering a glimpse into a world that existed long before written history. But they also remind us of how much we still have to learn about the past. Who were the people who built these stones? What drove them to create such a monumental site? And what stories might these ancient stones still hold? As we stand among the silent rows of the Karnak stones, we are left with more questions than answers. But perhaps that is the true power of these ancient monuments. They challenge us to look beyond what we know and imagine the possibilities of a world long gone. And with that, our journey continues, leading us to the next mystery, the Terracotta Army, where thousands of life-sized clay soldiers stand guard over the tomb of China's first emperor. Now, as we step away from the silent rows of the Karnak stones, our journey takes us to the heart of ancient China, where one of the most astonishing archaeological discoveries of the 20th century awaits: the Terracotta Army. Buried for over 2,000 years, this vast collection of life-sized clay soldiers was unearthed in the 1970s by farmers digging a well near the city of Xi'an. What they discovered was nothing short of extraordinary: an underground army of more than 8,000 soldiers, each with unique facial features, standing guard over the tomb of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. The Terracotta Army is a marvel of ancient craftsmanship. Each soldier was meticulously sculpted by hand, with no two figures exactly alike. The level of detail is astounding, from the intricate armor and hairstyles to the expressions on their faces, which range from stern determination to quiet resolve. Alongside the soldiers, archaeologists have uncovered hundreds of terracotta horses and chariots, all arranged in precise military formations. But how did the artisans of ancient China achieve such precision and scale? The answer lies in a highly organized system of production, where different workshops specialized in crafting specific parts of the figures, which were then assembled like pieces of a puzzle. The purpose of the Terracotta Army is as fascinating as its creation. Qin Shi Huang, who unified China and became its first emperor, was obsessed with immortality. He believed that his army of clay soldiers would protect him in the afterlife and ensure his rule continued even in death. The tomb itself, which remains largely unexcavated, is said to contain rivers of mercury, palaces, and treasures, all designed to replicate the emperor's earthly power in the next world. But why go to such lengths? For Qin Shi Huang, the Terracotta Army was more than a symbol of his authority. It was a declaration of his eternal legacy. Yet, the Terracotta Army also raises questions about the society that created it. The sheer scale of the project required an enormous workforce, with estimates suggesting hundreds of thousands of laborers were involved. Many of these workers were likely conscripted or enslaved, their lives dedicated to fulfilling the emperor's vision. The discovery of mass graves near the site hints at the human cost of this monumental undertaking, reminding us that behind the grandeur of ancient empires often lay untold suffering. The Terracotta Army is more than just an archaeological wonder. It is a window into the ambitions and fears of one of history's most powerful rulers. It challenges us to consider the lengths to which people will go to achieve immortality and the legacy they leave behind. As we stand before these silent sentinels, we are reminded of the fleeting nature of power and the enduring impact of human creativity. With the mysteries of the Terracotta Army still echoing in our minds, our journey now takes us to the lush jungles of Mexico, where the colossal stone heads of the Olmec civilization await. These massive sculptures, carved from single blocks of basalt, hold secrets of a culture that thrived over 3,000 years ago, and their enigmatic expressions continue to captivate us today. Now, as we venture into the dense jungles of southern Mexico, we encounter one of the most striking enigmas of the ancient world, the colossal stone heads of the Olmec civilization. These massive sculptures, carved from single blocks of basalt, stand as silent sentinels of a culture that thrived over 3,000 years ago. Each head, towering up to 3 meters in height and weighing several tons, bears a unique expression from stoic calm to fierce determination, as if guarding secrets lost to time. The Olmec, often referred to as the mother culture of Mesoamerica, flourished between 1200 and 400 BCE, long before the rise of the Maya and Aztec empires. Yet, despite their foundational role in the region's history, much about the Olmec remains shrouded in mystery. The colossal heads, discovered primarily in the states of Veracruz and Tabasco, are among their most iconic and puzzling creations. But who do these heads represent? Some scholars believe they depict powerful Olmec rulers, immortalized in stone to assert their authority and divine connection. Others suggest they may represent revered ancestors or even deities, their imposing presence meant to inspire awe and reverence. The sheer scale of these sculptures raises another intriguing question. How did the Olmec transport and carve such massive stones without the aid of modern technology? The basalt used for the heads was quarried from the Tuxtla Mountains, located dozens of kilometers from the sites where the heads were eventually placed. Moving these colossal blocks would have required immense effort, likely involving hundreds of laborers, wooden rollers, and possibly even rafts to navigate rivers. The precision with which the heads were carved, using only stone tools, further underscores the Olmec's remarkable skill and ingenuity. Yet, the purpose of these heads remains a subject of debate. Were they markers of territorial boundaries, symbols of political power, or part of elaborate rituals? Some theories propose that the heads were arranged in ceremonial plazas, their gaze directed towards sacred spaces or celestial events. Others suggest they may have been part of a larger narrative, telling stories of the Olmec's origins or their connection to the cosmos. Whatever their purpose, the colossal heads stand as a testament to the Olmec's artistic and engineering prowess, as well as their deep spiritual and cultural significance. As we stand before these ancient giants, we are reminded of the enduring power of human creativity and the mysteries that still lie buried beneath the earth. The Olmec colossal heads challenge us to imagine a world where art, religion, and power were intertwined, and where the legacy of a civilization could be carved in stone for millennia to come. With these enigmatic faces still watching over us, our journey now takes us to the legendary Hanging Gardens of Babylon, where myth and history intertwine in one of the ancient world's most debated wonders. Now, as we shift our gaze to the ancient city of Babylon, we find ourselves standing before one of history's most tantalizing mysteries, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Described as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, these legendary gardens have captured imaginations for centuries, yet their very existence remains a subject of debate, leaving historians and archaeologists to piece together fragments of evidence and ancient texts. The Hanging Gardens are said to have been a marvel of engineering, a lush, terraced paradise filled with exotic plants and trees seemingly suspended in the air. According to ancient accounts, they were built by King Nebuchadnezzar II in the 6th century BCE as a gift to his wife, Amytis, who longed for the green hills of her homeland. The gardens were described as a towering structure, supported by stone columns and irrigated by a complex system of pumps and channels that drew water from the Euphrates River. The image of such a feat in the arid landscape of Mesopotamia is nothing short of extraordinary. However, despite these vivid descriptions, no definitive archaeological evidence of the Hanging Gardens has ever been found. The ruins of Babylon, located in modern-day Iraq, have been extensively excavated, yet no trace of the gardens has been uncovered. This absence has led some scholars to question whether the gardens were a real structure or merely a poetic invention, a symbol of Babylon's grandeur and the king's devotion to his queen. Others suggest that the gardens may have been located elsewhere, perhaps in the Assyrian city of Nineveh, where similar descriptions of lush gardens have been found in ancient texts. The debate over the Hanging Gardens' existence is further complicated by the fact that the earliest accounts of them come from Greek and Roman writers, such as Strabo and Diodorus Siculus, who lived centuries after the gardens were said to have been built. These writers relied on second-hand sources, leaving room for exaggeration or misinterpretation. Some historians argue that the gardens may have been a real structure, but their grandeur was embellished over time, transforming them into a legendary wonder. Adding to the mystery is the question of how such an elaborate garden could have been sustained in a region with limited rainfall. The irrigation system described in ancient texts would have required advanced engineering and a constant supply of water, raising questions about the feasibility of its construction. Yet the Babylonians were known for their ingenuity in hydraulic engineering, as seen in their extensive canal systems, which suggests that such a project might not have been beyond their capabilities. As we ponder the enigma of the Hanging Gardens, we are left with more questions than answers. Were they a real testament to human creativity and ambition, or a myth born from the fertile imagination of ancient storytellers? The absence of concrete evidence only deepens the allure of this ancient wonder, inviting us to imagine a world where nature and architecture merged in breathtaking harmony. With the mystery of the Hanging Gardens still hanging in the balance, our journey now takes us to the plain of Jaws in Laos, where thousands of ancient stone vessels await our exploration. Now, as we journey from the arid plains of Mesopotamia to the lush landscapes of Southeast Asia, we find ourselves standing amidst one of archaeology's most enigmatic sites, the Plain of Jaws in Laos. Spread across the Xiang Quang Plateau, this mysterious site is home to thousands of ancient stone jars, some towering over 9 feet tall and weighing several tons. These massive vessels, carved from sandstone and granite, are scattered across dozens of sites, their origins and purpose shrouded in mystery. The Plain of Jaws has puzzled researchers for decades. The jars, which date back to the Iron Age between 500 BC and 500 CE, are believed to have been created by an ancient civilization whose identity remains unknown. Some theories suggest they were used as burial urns, holding the remains of the deceased, while others propose they served as storage containers for food, water, or even rice wine. The presence of human bones and burial artifacts near some jars lends weight to the burial theory, but the true purpose of these vessels continues to elude us. Adding to the intrigue is the question of how these massive jars were created and transported. The stone used to carve them was often quarried from distant locations, raising questions about the tools and techniques employed by the ancient people who crafted them. The precision and scale of the jars suggest a highly organized society with advanced knowledge of stoneworking, yet little is known about the culture that left behind this remarkable legacy. The Plain of Jaws also holds a darker chapter in history. During the 20th century, the region became a battleground, and many of the sites were heavily bombed, leaving unexploded ordnance that still poses a danger today. This has made archaeological exploration challenging, further complicating efforts to unravel the secrets of the jars. Despite these obstacles, researchers continue to uncover clues, from ancient tools to pottery fragments, that may one day shed light on this enigmatic civilization. As we stand among these silent stone sentinels, we are left to wonder about the people who created them. What rituals or traditions were tied to these jars? What stories could they tell if they could speak? The Plain of Jaws remains a testament to the ingenuity and mystery of an ancient world, inviting us to piece together the fragments of a forgotten past. With this mystery still echoing in our minds, we now turn our attention to the Great Sphinx of Giza, where another ancient enigma awaits. Now, as we shift our gaze from the enigmatic Plain of Jaws to the sands of Egypt, we find ourselves face to face with one of the most iconic and mysterious monuments of the ancient world, the Great Sphinx of Giza. Towering over the desert, this colossal statue with the body of a lion and the head of a human has captivated imaginations for millennia. Yet, one of its most enduring mysteries lies in its missing nose. How did this iconic feature disappear, and what does its absence tell us about the Sphinx's long and turbulent history? Theories about the Sphinx's missing nose are as varied as they are intriguing. One of the most popular accounts traces back to the late 14th century, when a Sufi Muslim named Saim al-Dar is said to have vandalized the statue. According to this story, al-Dar was outraged by local farmers making offerings to the Sphinx, believing it to be a pagan idol. In an act of defiance, he allegedly destroyed the nose, leading to his execution. While this tale is widely repeated, some historians question its accuracy, pointing out that earlier accounts and sketches of the Sphinx suggest the nose was already missing long before al-Dar's time. Another theory points to natural erosion as the culprit. The Sphinx, carved from a single block of limestone, has endured thousands of years of exposure to wind, sand, and occasional flooding. Over time, these elements could have worn away the softer layers of stone, including the nose. This explanation is supported by the visible weathering on other parts of the statue, particularly its body, which shows clear signs of erosion. However, the precision of the damage to the nose raises questions about whether natural forces alone could have caused such a clean break. Adding to the mystery is the debate over the Sphinx's original appearance. Some researchers believe the statue once had a beard, fragments of which were discovered at its base in the 19th century. Others speculate that the face may have been painted or adorned with additional features now lost to time. The missing nose, in this context, becomes not just a physical absence but a symbol of the many unanswered questions surrounding the Sphinx's creation and purpose. As we stand before this ancient guardian of the desert, we are reminded of the countless stories and secrets it holds. The mystery of its missing nose is just one piece of a much larger puzzle, inviting us to ponder the forces, both human and natural, that have shaped its history. With this enigma still lingering in our thoughts, we now turn to the underwater depths off the coast of Japan, where another ancient mystery awaits our exploration. Now, as we dive beneath the waves off the coast of Japan, we encounter a mystery that has sparked debate among archaeologists and enthusiasts alike: the Yonaguni Monument. This underwater rock formation, discovered in the late 1980s, lies just off the shores of Yonaguni Island, the westernmost point of Japan. With its flat surfaces, sharp angles, and terraced steps, the monument resembles a massive, submerged structure, leading some to believe it could be the remnants of an ancient man-made city. But is it truly a product of human hands, or is it simply a fascinating quirk of nature? The Yonaguni Monument's most striking features include what appear to be perfectly carved steps, straight walls, and even what looks like a plaza or a stage. These elements have fueled speculation that the site could be evidence of a lost civilization, perhaps one that thrived thousands of years ago before rising sea levels submerged it. Proponents of this theory point to the monument's precise geometry, arguing that such features are unlikely to occur naturally. Some even suggest that the structure could be linked to the legendary lost continent of Mu, a Pacific counterpart to Atlantis. However, not everyone is convinced. Skeptics argue that the Yonaguni Monument is a natural formation, shaped by the powerful currents and tectonic activity common in the region. They point to the area's unique geology, where sandstone can fracture along straight lines, creating the illusion of human craftsmanship. Marine geologists have noted that similar formations can be found elsewhere in the world, formed entirely by natural processes. The debate remains unresolved, with both sides presenting compelling arguments. Adding to the intrigue are the carvings and markings found on some of the rocks, which some researchers claim resemble ancient symbols or writing. While these features are often cited as evidence of human activity, others argue that they could be the result of erosion or marine life. The lack of definitive artifacts such as tools or pottery further complicates the mystery, leaving the true nature of the Yonaguni monument shrouded in uncertainty. As we explore this underwater enigma, we are reminded of the vast mysteries that still lie hidden beneath the waves. Whether the Yonaguni monument is a testament to a forgotten civilization or a stunning natural wonder, it challenges us to reconsider what we know about our planet's history. With this thought in mind, we now turn our attention to the ancient city of Teotihuacan, where a network of underground tunnels holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. Now, as we journey beneath the ancient city of Teotihuacan, we uncover a labyrinth of tunnels that have puzzled archaeologists for decades. These underground passages, hidden beneath the iconic Pyramid of the Sun and the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, stretch for miles, weaving a complex network beneath one of the most significant cities of the ancient world. But what purpose did these tunnels serve, and why were they eventually sealed off from the world above? The tunnels of Teotihuacan are believed to have played a central role in the spiritual and practical life of the city. Some researchers suggest they were used for religious rituals, serving as sacred pathways that connected the living world with the realm of the gods. The discovery of offerings such as pottery, jade, and even human remains deep within the tunnels supports this theory. These artifacts hint at ceremonies that may have been conducted in the darkness, far from the eyes of the living, to honor deities or ancestors. Another compelling theory points to the tunnel's role in water management. Teotihuacan, like many ancient cities, faced the challenge of controlling and distributing water. The tunnels may have been part of an elaborate system to channel water from nearby springs or to prevent flooding during the rainy season. This dual purpose, both spiritual and practical, highlights the ingenuity of the Teotihuacan people, who seamlessly integrated their beliefs with the needs of their growing city. Yet, the mystery deepens when we consider why these tunnels were sealed. Some experts believe that the act of sealing the tunnels was itself a ritual, marking the end of an era or the abandonment of certain practices. Others speculate that the tunnels were closed to protect sacred spaces from intruders or to preserve the secrets they held. The exact reason remains unclear, but the act of sealing these passages adds another layer of intrigue to the story of Teotihuacan. As we explore these hidden corridors, we are reminded of the complexity of ancient civilizations and the many questions they leave behind. The tunnels of Teotihuacan challenge us to piece together the fragments of a lost world, where the sacred and the practical intertwined in ways we are only beginning to understand. With this in mind, we now turn our attention to the Cochno stone, a mysterious slab in Scotland covered in enigmatic carvings that continue to baffle researchers to this day. Now, shifting our focus to the misty landscapes of Scotland, we encounter the enigmatic Cochno stone, a massive slab of rock etched with intricate carvings that have puzzled historians and archaeologists for centuries. Discovered in the late 19th century, this ancient artifact is covered in swirling patterns, cup marks, and geometric designs, creating a tapestry of symbols that seem to tell a story lost to time. But what do these carvings mean, and who created them? One of the most intriguing theories suggests that the Cochno stone served as a star map, aligning with celestial patterns to guide ancient people in tracking the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. The precise placement of the cup marks and spirals could represent constellations or significant astronomical events, offering a glimpse into how early societies understood the cosmos. This theory highlights the possibility that the stone was not just a decorative piece but a functional tool for navigation or timekeeping. Another compelling idea is that the Cochno stone was a site for rituals or ceremonies. The carvings might have held spiritual significance, serving as a focal point for gatherings, offerings, or even initiation rites. Some researchers believe the patterns could symbolize the journey of the soul or the cycles of life and death, reflecting the beliefs of the civilization that created it. The stone's location, overlooking the surrounding landscape, adds weight to this theory, as it would have been an ideal spot for communal activities with a view of the natural world. Despite these theories, the true purpose of the Kochno stone remains shrouded in mystery. The civilization that created it left no written records, leaving us to piece together their intentions from the carvings alone. Adding to the intrigue, the stone was buried in the 1960s to protect it from vandalism, only to be unearthed again in recent years for further study. This act of preservation and rediscovery underscores the enduring fascination with this ancient artifact. As we examine the Kochno stone, we are reminded of the countless stories etched into the earth by civilizations long gone. Its carvings invite us to ponder the minds of those who came before us, their understanding of the world, and the legacy they left behind. With this mystery still unfolding, we now turn our attention to the Dendera Light, a set of carvings in an Egyptian temple that some believe depict ancient technology far ahead of its time. Now, venturing into the sands of ancient Egypt, we encounter the Dendera Light, a set of carvings within the Dendera temple that has sparked intense debate among historians and archaeologists. These intricate carvings, found in a crypt beneath the temple, depict what some believe to be ancient light bulbs, complete with filaments and bulb-like shapes. The images show what appear to be elongated tubes with serpent-like lines inside, connected to a base that resembles a modern electrical socket. Could these carvings be evidence of advanced technology in ancient Egypt, or do they hold a deeper symbolic meaning? One theory suggests that the Dendera Light represents an early form of electrical technology, possibly used for illumination or even medical purposes. Proponents of this idea point to the detailed design of the carvings, which seem to mirror the components of a light bulb, including what could be interpreted as a filament and a power source. They argue that ancient Egyptians may have possessed knowledge of electricity, using it to light their temples or perform other technological feats. This theory challenges our understanding of ancient civilizations, suggesting they may have been far more advanced than previously thought. On the other hand, many scholars argue that the carvings are symbolic rather than literal. They propose that the images represent the Egyptian god Harsomptus, often depicted as a serpent emerging from a lotus flower, symbolizing creation and renewal. The so-called bulbs could be stylized lotus flowers, while the serpent-like lines might symbolize the god's divine energy. This interpretation aligns with the temple's religious purpose, emphasizing spiritual themes rather than technological ones. The carvings, in this view, are a testament to the Egyptians' rich symbolic language and their ability to convey complex ideas through art. The controversy surrounding the Dendera Light highlights the challenges of interpreting ancient artifacts. Without written records explaining the carvings, we are left to rely on educated guesses and competing theories. The debate also underscores the importance of considering both technological and symbolic explanations when studying ancient cultures. Whether the Dendera Light represents advanced technology or profound symbolism, it continues to captivate those who seek to unravel the mysteries of ancient Egypt. As we reflect on the Dendera Light, we are reminded of the enduring allure of ancient mysteries and the questions they raise about human ingenuity and creativity. With this enigmatic artifact still sparking debate, we now turn our attention to the Lascaux cave paintings, where prehistoric artists left behind a vivid record of their world, inviting us to explore the minds of our earliest ancestors. Now, stepping back in time to the dawn of human creativity, we find ourselves in the shadowy depths of the Lascaux Caves in France. Here, prehistoric artists left behind a breathtaking gallery of paintings dating back over 17,000 years. These vivid depictions of animals, from galloping horses to charging bison, are not only masterpieces of ancient art but also windows into a world long lost to time. The precision and detail of these paintings are astonishing, showcasing the skill and vision of our earliest ancestors. but what drove them to create such intricate works deep within the earth. The purpose of these paintings remains one of the most enduring mysteries of prehistory. One prevailing theory suggests that the Lascaux cave paintings were part of religious or spiritual rituals. The animals depicted may have held symbolic significance, representing spirits, deities, or forces of nature that ancient humans sought to honor or appease. The caves themselves, with their dark, secluded chambers, could have served as sacred spaces for ceremonies or rites of passage. This interpretation aligns with the idea that early humans used art as a way to connect with the divine or to express their understanding of the world around them. The paintings, in this view, are not just art but a form of communication with the unseen. Another intriguing possibility is that the paintings served as a form of storytelling or record-keeping. The detailed depictions of animals might have been a way to document hunting practices, migrations, or other important events in the lives of these ancient communities. Some researchers have even suggested that the paintings could have been used as teaching tools, helping younger generations learn about the animals they hunted or the landscapes they inhabited. This theory highlights the practical side of prehistoric art, suggesting that it was not only spiritual but also deeply tied to survival and daily life. Yet, despite these theories, the true purpose of the Lascaux cave paintings remains elusive. One of the greatest challenges in understanding these works is the vast cultural and temporal gap between us and the artists who created them. Without written records or direct evidence of their intentions, we are left to piece together clues from the art itself and the context in which it was made. This mystery invites us to consider the minds of these ancient creators, what inspired them, what they believed, and how they saw their place in the world. The Lascaux cave paintings remind us of the timeless power of art to transcend time and culture. They challenge us to imagine the lives of those who came before us and to appreciate the creativity and ingenuity that have been part of the human experience for millennia. As we marvel at these ancient masterpieces, we are left with more questions than answers, a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown. And with this mystery still echoing in our minds, we now turn to the final enigma in our journey, the lost city of Atlantis, a legend that continues to captivate and mystify. Now, as we venture into the realm of myth and legend, we arrive at the final enigma in our journey, the lost city of Atlantis. This legendary civilization, first described by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato over 2,000 years ago, has captured the imagination of countless generations. According to Plato, Atlantis was a powerful and advanced island nation that existed around 9,000 years before his time. It was said to be a utopia of unparalleled wealth, technology, and military might, until it was swallowed by the sea in a single day and night of catastrophe. But was Atlantis a real place, or was it a cautionary tale crafted by Plato to illustrate his philosophical ideas? Plato's accounts of Atlantis appear in two of his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias. He describes the island as a circular city with concentric rings of water and land, adorned with magnificent temples, palaces, and harbors. The Atlanteans, he claims, were a noble people who eventually became corrupted by greed and ambition, leading to their downfall. Some scholars argue that Plato's story was purely allegorical, a metaphor for the dangers of hubris and the fragility of even the most advanced civilizations. Others, however, believe that his tale may have been inspired by real events, such as the volcanic eruption that devastated the island of Thera, now known as Santorini, around 1600 years before Plato's time. Over the centuries, countless theories have emerged about the possible location of Atlantis. Some suggest it could have been in the Mediterranean, near the Strait of Gibraltar, where Plato claimed it lay. Others propose locations as far-flung as the Caribbean, Antarctica, or even the Sahara Desert. In the modern era, advancements in archaeology and oceanography have fueled speculation, with some researchers pointing to underwater ruins or geological formations as potential evidence. Yet, despite these efforts, no definitive proof of Atlantis has ever been found. The mystery of Atlantis raises profound questions about the nature of history and myth. If it was a real place, what might its discovery reveal about ancient civilizations and their capabilities? If it was a philosophical allegory, what lessons does it hold for us today? The enduring fascination with Atlantis speaks to our desire to uncover the secrets of the past and to imagine what might lie hidden beneath the waves. As we conclude our exploration of these 25 unexplained phenomena, the legend of Atlantis reminds us that some mysteries may never be fully solved, and that perhaps is what makes them so compelling. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the enigmatic wonders of ancient ruins. Which of these mysteries fascinates you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more explorations into the unknown. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep marveling at the mysteries of our world. As we bring our journey through these 25 unexplained phenomena to a close, it's impossible not to marvel at how these ancient mysteries continue to challenge our understanding of history. From the intricate gears of the Antikythera Mechanism to the towering stone heads of the Olmec civilization, each discovery raises questions that push the boundaries of what we thought we knew about the past. These enigmas remind us that history is not a static record but a living, evolving story filled with gaps waiting to be explored. They invite us to question, to wonder, and to imagine the possibilities of what might still lie hidden beneath the sands of time. What makes these phenomena so captivating is not just their age or their complexity, but the way they spark our curiosity. They remind us that the past is not a distant, untouchable realm, but a treasure trove of stories waiting to be uncovered. Whether it's the precision of the Nazca Lines, the hidden chambers of the Great Pyramid, or the enduring legend of Atlantis, each mystery offers a glimpse into the ingenuity, creativity, and ambition of ancient civilizations. They challenge us to rethink our assumptions and to consider that the people of the past may have been far more advanced or far more mysterious than we ever imagined. As we reflect on these 25 wonders, we're left with more questions than answers, and perhaps that's the point. These mysteries are not meant to be solved quickly or easily. They are meant to inspire us, to keep us searching, and to remind us that the world is full of secrets waiting to be discovered. So, which of these phenomena fascinates you the most? Is it the Voynich Manuscript's undecipherable text, the eerie silence of the Plain of Jars, or the underwater enigma of the Yonaguni Monument? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you've enjoyed this journey through the unexplained, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exploration into the unknown. There's so much more to uncover, and we can't wait to take you on the next adventure. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep marveling at the mysteries of our world. The past is waiting. What will you discover next?